Alright, the 25th out here, and about a month ago I'd done a harvest some rainwater kind of video, and people have been asking how that was going. Well, it's become an obsession. These barrels actually are for an expansion I was going to do around the other side of the house, but being that the 8 barrels that I set up here were full, and the overflow I didn't glue because I can run the overflow into another barrel, and that kind of worked out into another we got 7 barrels here right now, and we've actually been using this water to water these buckets. We siphon it out with this this little fish tank siphon kind of thing. And we just get that siphon going into a 5-gallon bucket, and then we fill up our watering cans and run. And we had this down to no barrels, empty, and we were like down maybe a third of the way on these gray barrels, this setup here. And lo and behold, it started to rain, and we had literally maybe 4 hours of rain, off and on, and gray barrels are full again, and now we got 7 barrels sitting on the patio again. So hopefully we'll be able to get these barrels emptied, because it's kind of hard to walk. We got to move some buckets to get around here, and I can set up my new system. Well, I guess we can see this doesn't really look like what I had at the last video when I was going to harvest some rainwater. Similar idea, but I set it on this rack here, which allows me to go ahead and put a shelf up here so we can store pots or gardening supplies or whatever. And the more I think about it, I'm actually thinking about putting another row of barrels up there, but I really don't want to piss off the neighbors, so I may not do that. But still have the same type of overflow system, and I didn't glue the pipes on my overflow, and like I said, that way we can kind of Frankenstein it around, twist and bend and whatnot, and fill these other barrels up. Problem is, once these barrels are full, they're kind of here until I can figure out a way to move them. These open tops, we only have 2 of those, and actually I was going to make planters out of them, but they were handy, and somebody grabbed them to put the overflow in when they ran out of room here on these other ones. And have a couple more of this style around the other side of the house. But that's kind of what we're doing here. Originally I was going to siphon out of these barrels sitting here, but I guess I can kind of show what we got. We got the rainwater coming in, dropping straight down there into this leg here, which runs down one set of the bungs there. And these barrels were not threaded bungs, the caps, so I had to drill them, and I went ahead and drilled them the appropriate size for this 1.5-inch PVC, and nice compression fit down in there. And then I went ahead and ran some silicone around just to kind of seal it up. It's only there's no real pressure there. It's the only pressure there is the gravity feed from this height up to the overflow, which isn't, what is that? It's 10 inches. 10 inches of pressure, head pressure on there. So I'm not worried about it. But basically it runs in this pipe. These on this T, each one, it goes down in just below the cap and is cut off there all the way down each barrel. And I didn't get my pipe exactly level, so I went ahead and drilled a vent hole right in the middle here. It's kind of like a big arch from one end to the other, so the air bubbles can vent out here, and my little vent is higher than the overflow, so that works out real well for that. And anyway, so the barrels will fill up on that side, and then on this other set of bungs, the closer set right here, we have another T. The only difference is this T here goes all the way down to the bottom of the barrel, and that's the way they all are, all the way down, and they're all connected. They come down here to the end. And you can see I got a vent right, right on top here. So the first fill of this system, basically I have this valve open to allow the water to fill up in all the barrels, and then it'll fill all the way up here through this other set of pipes, and these T's go to the bottom. Once it's all full and spitting out the top as it's overflowing there, I shut the valve, and in fact I have it zip tied closed so that it won't open and allow air back in here. And what that did is that created this side here as a siphon. So it goes down there to our little hose bib. And in fact, if I open the hose bib, and you'll even see there's a kink kinda in the hose, but if I open the hose bib, you can see the other end there of the hose spitting out water. So the plan is that we never let the water level get all the way down to the bottom of the barrels and lose the siphon off of this side. And as long as we don't do that, we'll have a good siphon. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're using just the siphon feed, and we can grab this little hose and go around and water all these buckets here. And it's real handy for that. And then or we can fill up the watering can and go water the other buckets. But for way out there, the big boxes, I'm still using the regular spigot on the house garden hose. So a little rain barrel kind of update. And I did videos as I was building this. I never posted them. Maybe I'll try to put something together as a how I did it kind of a video, and I may actually post that before I post this little update. I did add another barrel here. I had to put a little bit of a gutter on the corner here. This is a V roof that just drops off the corner, drops out of there into this little guy here, which has got bricks in it, but anyway, and then it drains into the barrel. And in fact, this barrel's full as well. So, little rain barrel kind of update. This here, dollar-wise, I have, boy, less than 50 bucks into it. And I've got 440 gallons here, so I'm almost down to 10 cents a gallon for the first fill up. And then every time we fill it up, it gets less and less and less, you know. So pretty cheap water, I would say. Anyway, so yeah, for the 25th Rainwater update. Thanks for watching.